There's a giant pop-up for AI in my email inbox. Get
Of
the
course.
fuck out of here.
Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Looks like we're live. Are you ready to get started?
Sure, I guess.
All right. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpear.
Hello.
The Nimp is unfortunately out sick today, so best wishes to him, and hopefully he feels better over the coming week.
He's on a secret mission.
No, I wish he was, but he said he is very ill this week. So let's put a quick plug here for our Patreon page over at patreon.com/e1m1 or e1m1.cash.
And those ones are the numbers.
$5 a month tier, recommended one. That gets you everything, including the Uncensored Outcast, where we're talking about all the cool stuff that's going on in our lives this week. Did a lot of complaining about driving this week. I'll just be completely honest with you. We got on a real good tear about it, and we're talking about that and getting punched in the face. The two natural things that go next to each other.
We did talk about that too, didn't we?
Yep. So if you want to find out what that's all about, that's on the Outcast. We have that every week. We talk about all the non-video game stuff that's going on in our lives. You get early access to the to We Roguelike It and Critical Misses, and at the $5 tier or higher, you get the exclusive access to the uncensored Critical Misses production meeting. To kind of fly on the wall sort of thing where you get to see how the sausage is made. We have a real good one coming up for season 42 that we recorded recently that I think you're going to really love. And then you get exclusive access to the Wayward Sons, the Supernatural TV show watchcast that Moon and Nimp are going through. All of that over at patreon.com/e1m1 or e1m1.cash.
Those ones are the numbers, the digits, the numbers one. Hey, Boston, I learned something incredible about Supernatural last week that I can't wait to talk to Nimp about in the season finale for season 4. There's no easy place to put it in an episode, so...
Right. All right, we'll keep your ears open for the finale for season 4. Also, keep your ears open for a brand new Game Club episode. We have the first one of the year coming out now for Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Went back in time here to 1996 to revisit a classic of the PS1 era. We got Game Club episode.
A game that came out before Steam existed.
Yes. It's like it's an interesting look back through time for a game that I think left a bigger impression on us than expected. So you should go listen to that. It's a really great episode up right now if you're listening to the audio version of this. And our next game is going to be 1993's Doom, not 2016's Doom. If you haven't played that, you should also go play that because that game is really great. But we're going to play the original Doom 1. We're not going to play like Final Doom or any of the extra stuff or Sigil or whatever. Just going to play I think it's 4 episodes of just regular Doom, just 93's Doom. So hopefully you'll play along with us on that one for this next month. All right, all of that out of the way. Moon, what have you been playing? Well, let's get a number update, and then what have you been playing this past week?
Thank you for the reminder. I did actually write it down. I had to pull it up and write it down before, like while we were doing pre-show stuff, because I forgot to write the number down. 717,175.
That's about like what, 5,000 or 6,000 over last week?
6K up from last week, which 6K a week is the goal that I need to try and hit.
We're meeting targets.
Yes. There's going to be weeks when I hit it much harder. There's going to be weeks when I don't hit it, and that is fine, because I probably would have done better this week if not for Legacy of Kain.
Sure.
Oh boy, did I have to put a lot of time into that game late to try and get it across the finish line.
Yep.
But yeah, interesting discussion about that. Go listen to that one, which will be in your feeds whenever.
Yep.
Okay. You don't have to pull these up because we talked about them previously, but wrapping up Cloud to Gold and DarkGems, they are now officially done, I believe. So I don't have to worry about those. I played a little bit of DRG Survivor this week. I'm
Okay.
chipping away at those achievements too to try and get that thing done. But I feel like the one other game I played this week I kind of need to talk about, and it is a quote unquote one of those games.
Okay.
This name is great. It's Get a Grip Chip and the Body Bugs.
Get a grip chip. Okay. Let's start with that.
Specifically, and the Body Bugs. The Get a Grip Chip is 2020. I think and the Body Bugs is 2022.
The Body Bugs. Okay.
Hey, Boston. This is an educational platformer.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. An edutainment game, mayhaps?
An edutainment game, 100%. Because the chip in question is a microchip that gets put into a dude who's feeling sick. And as you're going through the levels, you are collecting cells, which is just information. And those information is like, it's like the tongue, the throat, the mouth, acid, alkali, saliva.
Okay.
And then at the end of the level, you have to then slot them into like this description of what they do for the body and each thing.
Okay.
So it's this really interesting, like it's a very simple platform. It's like you have a magnet on your head and you basically hook shot your way around. I think I spoke a while ago about other games probably being a little bit too hard for kids to like play. I feel like this is a middle ground because it like the regular levels are fine, but it does have chase levels too. Because why not? I guess.
Sure.
And those chase levels are like, yes, you are running away from vomit. You are running away from allergic reactions. You're running away from allergies. Like that kind of stuff. As you can tell from the level design of the video that you're watching, full of teeth, which is problematic for me to say the least.
That was going to be my first question of, hey Moon, how you feeling about this game full of teeth?
Not great, we'll say. Because the funny thing is it's only like 4 or 5. Like I think it's like there's 5 or 6 levels in total. Like 2 of them are chase levels. Or 3 of them are chase levels. And it's progressing through the body. So the first level is the one that's full of the teeth.
Oh, okay. Because you're starting at the top.
The mouth.
Gotcha.
Yes. And then, like, as you go down the throat, like, that one is less full of teeth, but still too many teeth. It's... Playing this game makes me want to go and play Get a Grip Chip, which is the original one. Because I want to know what that one was. Because it's like, this is cool. Like, it's literally like going back to high school and being in, like, science class and being like, what do enzymes do?
Right.
What is the purpose of food? What are vitamins and minerals like? And it gives you descriptions of them, and you just have to slot these things in. It's really cool.
Well, it's also
dumb.
It's also really nice to see a game that's very clearly focused on actual kids. Like this is it's like an edutainment game, but it really is. This is distinctly a kids game. I think that's pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Like the presentation, the music, like the everything about
the difficulty
is 100%.
Very clearly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's designed for kids.
Yeah.
Like it's unreal. And I just started playing it. I was like, you know what, it's actually really fun to play. The controls are solid and not terrible. Achievements are relatively simple. And if you really want to make your kid laugh, when you complete all of the levels, you go out the butthole.
Perfect. That game absolutely understands the humor that kids need in something like this. That's great.
Yep. It's phenomenal. Like, I was shocked about, like, the presentation of it. Like, it's very safe. Like, the levels do get more difficult, but they're never, like, impossibly difficult. There's very obvious visual cues when there's like a secret nearby, and it's just like, you know what, this is
one of the clips in this video
charming.
was there's like this big rock that had this very big, obvious purple shimmer on it, and you walk behind it, and it's like a secret doorway. And it's like that's the exact level of thing that a kid's game needs to be. Instead of like, is this rock like 1% different shade compared to the other one? It's like, no.
It's not the Hollow Knight thing where like they shake when you hit them. Like
Exactly.
it's none of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's literally a very, very obvious thing, and it's full of biology stuff, like references to like cells and energy, and I love the fact that like the vessels in it are just like they're presented just as pipes, and it's just like, okay,
it's really
I
clever.
guess it's just pipes.
Yeah,
like
it's cool.
It's a really charming, fun, dumb little game, and I would heartily recommend it 100%.
Get a Grip chip and the body bugs.
Yes, and now I want to find out what Get a Grip chip is, because I kind of want to. I want to go back and give that a shot and see exactly what that's like.
Yeah,
because it looks. That one's got 44 achievements compared to the 10 in here.
Oh wow.
But I don't know, like it's an actual kids game that is designed for kids, and it's got the educational side of thing, and it's so charming, you know, in all of the little ways. It's just like I was blown away by it. Not in a this game is 10 out of 10 fantastic, but oh hey, this is a game that can genuinely fill that slot that kids don't have these days, with the exception of the obvious monetization fests of things like Roblox and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was great. I love it. And the only other thing I played was We Roguelike It and Game Club games. So go listen to those episodes for those games, I guess.
Yeah.
Boston, take me away.
All right, I figured I'd do a Stardew Valley check-in here because I haven't talked about it in a while. As a reminder, I'm working on the Platinum.
You're on, right?
What's that?
You're on year 2 now, right?
Yeah, I'm in year 2 in. I think I'm like halfway through fall now, so I'm kind of pushing towards that year 3 Grandpa's visit, lighting the 4 candles thing. For anyone that doesn't remember, I'm working on the Platinum for Stardew Valley, which is honestly a misguided trial, but I really like Stardew Valley, and I wanted to do it for once. That and Binding of Isaac will probably
go back and do that, to be honest.
The hardest Platinums I will have, based on sheer hours of played. I did unlock Ginger Island, which is the 1.5 content, I think it was. I don't think it was 1.6. So that stuff is a lot of fun, diving through, doing that, starting to collect all the 130 golden walnuts on Ginger Island, and going through a lot of that stuff.
I don't know if I've been there.
You might not have been, because I think for Game Club we played it before 1.5 came out. The Ginger Island stuff is massive. It's an entirely different area that has a whole bunch of separate things in it. It has a ton of secrets in it. It has an entire extra dungeon in it that's harder than the Skull Caverns. Like it has the forge where you can upgrade and combine a bunch of your gear. It's really wild stuff. So I'm going through a lot of that. A lot of that stuff is really fun. And really a lot of it is just kind of trying to get, like, because I'm going to have to do the crafting and the cooking trophies. A lot of it is like, I'm going to make and collect everything, and I'm going to save and squirrel away at least some of those everythings. Because it's like the number of times the game would be like, oh yeah, perfect, okay, you want to make a like fish smoker, that's great, you need one of each of the type of jellies you can fish up, and it's like, oh Well, that's cool. I've just been selling those things because they so far have seemed useless. Okay, cool. Um, so it's a lot of like saving a little bit of everything. I know there's guides out there of like, okay, if you want to cook everything, you want to craft everything, here is how many of each of the things you need minimum. But that's kind of like, that's kind of not the fun that I'm looking at on this one. A lot of the fun I'm looking at is like, I'm going to do my best. And once I start this stuff in earnest, if I mess something up from like, oh, you needed to have 10 red cabbages that you can grow in fall, and you only have 7 of them, and it's spring, well, now you have something to look forward to in fall. That sort of thing. Like, I talk about it a lot on stream. I could, like, really min-max it and be like, okay, I'm closely following my spreadsheet. I'm doing every one of these things perfectly. And, like, that's kind of... I don't think that's really the approach that I'm looking for a lot of this Stardew Valley stuff. Because I'd like min-max the fun out of it for myself, and if I'm going to play a lot of it, I'm going to have fun.
That's how I got burnt out on Stardew Valley. It was like,
Right.
now I just need to do the fishing stuff, which the problem with the fishing stuff is you need the legendary fish, which can only be caught certain weather, certain seasons, so on and so forth. And I min-maxed it so hard that I was just like, yeah, I guess I'm done now.
Yep.
Like, I'm so burnt out on playing it that I don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah, like even the prospect of like, oh, I have to wait until spring when it's a rainy day to get this fish. Like, oh my god, like I'm over it, bro.
And the fishing in Stardew Valley is the biggest problem with that game. Period.
I love fishing, and I will 100% agree with you. It starts off way too hard.
In video games, I love fishing. In Stardew Valley, it's horrendously bad.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot on stream because I really love the fishing in Stardew Valley, but I recognize it starts off way too hard, especially for how not difficult the rest of the game is. It's like the hardest thing in the game, or at least the stuff that's like Skull Caverns is really hard, but that stuff is largely optional because like you need to discreetly go and do that thing. But the fishing, and there's like a training rod you can get from Willy that like when there's an interesting balance for the training rod. And he'll give you one for free if you aren't fishing for like the first, it's a couple weeks in the game. And the training rod, when the fish escapes the fishing bar, that if anyone has seen it, that kind of green bar that you need to have underneath the fish, the fish doesn't try to escape. So like it's a really easy way for you to build up your fishing skill, because fishing gets easier and your fishing bar gets bigger. Yeah, like the higher your fishing level is. But it's really hard to get there because the beginning is really hard, and you can't use bait, you can't use bobbers. Like both of those things can make your fishing bar larger. So that's a really easy way for people that don't like the fishing game, or they aren't good at it, or they're just starting to play. The only restriction there is you can only catch regular quality fish. You can't catch like the silver, gold, iridium quality or whatever. But if you're having trouble with fishing, that doesn't really matter. Like you're just kind of looking to get your fishing skill up. So I think that was a pretty great improvement. And you can buy it from Willy, and I think it's only like 25 gold or something. Like it's basically no money, which is really great. I just wish that there was some accessibility option there to make the... If anyone hasn't played Stardew Valley, if you don't have your fishing bar underneath the fish icon when you're fishing, the fish starts to escape. And if you let the kind of fish, the fish escape bar drop down, the fish gets away. I wish there was still something without having to use a mod on the PC version. I'm not a fan of mods in general, but like I'm sure there's a bunch of like easy fishing mods. That doesn't count for the console versions. I would just wish there was a way to say like, hey man, the fish just don't escape. That whole thing just doesn't exist anymore. Like I wish that was something, because I think for the majority of players, I think that would go a long way towards getting them over the hump of, boy, fishing really sucks. And again, it's my favorite thing to do in Stardew Valley, and it is really rough. The only thing I dislike in this game is combat, largely. Not because it's bad, but it feels really clunky. And that's the only thing that I'm sort of like, combat, all right, sure. But yeah, I love Stardew Valley. I'm playing so much of it on stream. I'm playing so much of it with my kid. We started a farm together, playing co-op, so we've been playing nothing but that for like I think a couple of months now. And I'm still like looking forward to playing Stardew Valley on stream. It's like 3 times a week now at this point.
So,
yeah,
I have to ask.
Sure.
Do you have a BBPFP on your PlayStation? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes, my like, what do they call it? Like an avatar or like a player icon or something? Yeah, it's BB. It's like a smiling BB. Does BB have a thumbs up? Is that what I remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a cute little smiling BB. The only reason I know that is because I decided to check what your top 10 trophies are. Do you want to know from 10 to 1 what your trophies are?
Why don't you hit me with what my top 10? And is this True Trophies rarity?
True Trophies. Okay. Top 10 highest value. So lowest to highest value from the top 10.
So basically, from what I understand from True Trophies, it's basically like, here are the hardest to get trophies, or the ones that the fewest people have.
Yes, which is related. The formula they use is basically how many people have played the game, how many people have unlocked the achievement, and how many auto trophy in this case. And they do a formula which is like, if it's worth 1 gamer score or this particular color trophy, it's worth a different number of points, quote unquote.
Gotcha. So like rarity and difficulty and
yes,
how many people have. Okay, interesting. All right, what's number 10?
Now with the PlayStation, this is easily done because, to be honest, all of your rarest ones are almost always going to be platinums, which don't exist on the Xbox. It's just an individual achievement on the Xbox.
Right.
Whereas on PlayStation, those platinums are going to be by default rarer across the board.
Right.
So pretty much all of your top 10 are platinums.
Okay. I'm interested to see which ones aren't platinums, because I think that's more interesting.
Your number 10 trophy is 100% clear. This is the platinum trophy in the original Watch Dogs.
If you had asked me had I gotten the platinum in Watch Dogs, I would have said absolutely not. That's wild. Okay. At a lot more time. Did. Wow. Okay.
Your number 9 is Pressure's Off, which is the platinum trophy in Power Wash Simulator.
Okay. I do remember getting that, because that was... Those, like, the time trial ones and the only use X number of, like, liters of water, those ones were pretty nasty.
By the way, the rarity of the Watch Dogs trophy is 0.8%.
Wow, okay.
And the rarity of the Power Wash one is 1.3%. And these are on the PlayStation Network percentages, not true trophies.
Gotcha, okay.
Your number 8 is Legendary Phantom Thief, which is the platinum trophy for Persona 5.
Right. I remember I got the vanilla Persona 5 platinum, which that was just a time-based one. That was just a lot of
that's a 2.2% rarity for that one.
That's higher than I thought. Okay.
Number 7, I think we're up to Total Perspective Vortex, which is the platinum trophy for No Man's Sky, the PlayStation 4 version.
Okay. That tracks. Yep.
It's 1.6%, by the way.
Wow. Okay.
Number 6, the Battle Chaser, which is the platinum trophy for Battle Chasers Night War.
Oh, I loved that game. That game's so... If anyone is looking for a fairly good light lifting RPG that like kind of doesn't take itself super seriously all the time, Battle Chasers Night War was a blast. That was a cool game. Forgot about that.
Also on PlayStation Plus Extra right now, by the way.
Ooh, there you go.
It's 2.1% is the rarity of that one.
That one was pretty easy. I wonder why that's so low.
Probably because nobody played the game, or nobody like saw it through after they realized
True.
what type of game it was.
True.
I think we're up to number 5.
I think
this
so.
is True Survivor, which is your platinum trophy for Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
Okay, that was the first game of the new Tomb Raider trilogy.
The new trilogy.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I had a blast with that game too. I thought that game was super good.
0.4% rarity on that one, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
I think this is number 4. Oh, yes, number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Age Inquisition Platinum Trophy is your platinum trophy for number 4.
I wonder what game that could be. I don't remember.
1.3% rarity on that one.
I don't remember too much about that platinum. I feel like it wasn't that bad, other than like just do everything in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're at the top 3. What do you think your top 3 platinums are that will get the top 3 on this list?
One of them has to be Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
You are correct. It is not where you think it is.
Is it number 3?
No, it's number 2.
Number 2. So there's one that's rarer than Isaac Rebirth.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense to me because I've seen it, so I know what one it is.
I bet one of them is Dungeon Encounters.
Nope.
Ooh, JRPG sickos. Let's go.
2/3 TVGP, JRPG sickos.
That's right. That's right. What are the other platinum trophies that would have been really rare?
One is a hilariously stupid one.
Oh no. Okay.
And one is 100% you kind of game.
Both of those are really tough then. Can I get a hint on the number 3 one?
The number 3 is a 0.7%. It is a platinum. It is a game that came out on the PlayStation 4.
Okay.
But has been updated multiple times and is playable, and I believe has a PlayStation 5 version, which is the same version, basically. One might say this game had a renaissance last year.
Oh, no. Gosh, I don't... Is one of them Destiny 2? No, that's got to be pretty common.
Nope, that's not even on the top 10.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty common. I don't know the number 3 one. Why don't you just tell me number 3 and then give me a hint for number 1?
Number 3 is a third-person shooter that is gear-based, set in Washington, D.C.
Oh my god, it's Division 2? I recently got that one. Oh my god, I got that one last year.
The Division 2 Platinum Agent is your third rarest trophy.
It's because it's so annoying to get. Oh my god. Okay, that makes sense.
You got that on 24th of June last year, by the way.
Wow. Okay.
Number 2, Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Obtain all trophies platinum. 2.4%.
I still don't have all of the trophies for Binding of Isaac still, by the by. I still have, like, I think 3 more trophies to get from the Afterbirth Plus, I think, DLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which on the Xbox is in a separate game, which is just annoying, because then I have to do everything all over again.
Sheesh.
Yep. So, guess who's not doing it?
That's right. I don't blame you, man.
Your number 1 is 1.3% rarity.
Okay.
And it is 100% a you game. You went full sicko mode on this.
Okay.
Like, full sicko mode. And I am surprised that we don't have a separate show dedicated to this game.
Gosh, what would I have really gone sicko mode on? Can you give me a hint when the game came out?
When the game came out, I don't know because it's not easily accessible here. It is a roguelike.
That doesn't really narrow it down, unfortunately.
The estimated completion time is 96 to 120 hours.
What platinum would I have gotten for a roguelike that wasn't Isaac?
And you got this platinum on the 26th of April 2019. So it has been at your number one spot for a long time.
Oh man, what came out in 2019?
I don't think it came out in 2019. It might have been a 2018 release.
Oh, well, that makes it even harder. Can I?
You did first. No, you even first played it on the 5th of April 2016, so it didn't come out in 2018, bro.
Oh, wow. So I had to have come back to it and said, "No, I'm getting the platinum for this."
Yes.
Oh man, that makes it even harder. Can I get another hint?
You definitely came back and got the platinum on it because you started it the 5th of April and you story completed it on the 15th of April, 10 days later.
Wow.
So you definitely came back and got it. Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. Gosh, what is this game? In 2016? So that was before my kid was born. Oh man, I don't think I even know. One more hint if you have one, and then I'll give up.
A sequel has been announced. It is a 3D.
Oh my God! Enter 3D... the Gungeon.
There you go.
I can't believe I got the platinum in that, bro. What is wrong with me? That was full sicko mode. You're right. That was... Someone should have intervened and said, "You have a family. You need to, you need to stop. You need to stop with Enter the Gungeon."
So, yeah.
Oh, my God. That game's so good. No one should go for that platinum. The rarity of that platinum is proof enough that you shouldn't go for that platinum. And that's coming from someone who got it. Please. It's so much time. It's so much energy.
We talked about this before. Like I like to have a retail 1000 done video games that I play, which is the base game. I want to get all of those achievements.
Mm-hmm.
The exceptions I have to that rule are roguelikes because they're just not feasibly possible most of the time.
And if they are, like, some of them are really bad about, beat the game with every character, with every weapon on impossible difficulty. It's the Completionist ++ from Balatro, which is win the game on gold stake with every Joker in the game. No.
Yep.
Like, I can't... That might be too much Balatro, and I'm still playing that game. I played it more today. So, like, I'm still in there. But
I forgot to mention I played Hades this week.
Oh,
too.
Sure.
And I had a save file kerfuffle, which almost made me throw my ally out the door.
Oh no!
Because I was like, I loaded it and it was like new save files, and I was like, hold on.
Pardon? Don't do this to me right now.
So it was a lot of jiggery pokery of deleting cloud saves, trying to load it on my console, getting the new game file there too. Deleting those saves,
syncing a cloud save,
loading it back up on the ally,
right?
And then being like, "Hey, do you want to use this new version that we saved today, or this old file that we've got on the ally from like 2 days ago?" And I was like, 2 days ago, give me the 2 days ago one, right now.
Even if I lose a little bit of progress, I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. It's not 68 hours of progress lost.
Enter the Gungeon, huh? Okay, I think I had memory hold getting that platinum. I do remember
because you went full sicko mode.
I really did.
Didn't stop playing that like you played the story mode and then we didn't hear about it for a while, and then it was one of those things where all of a sudden it was like Stardew. It was the game you were playing every week without fail.
I got a bug in me that I'm like, no, I can do this, and I'm going to do this, and no one can stop me. That's dangerous. every time that comes up. Just that's a concern. So Stardew Valley, yeah, okay. Well, that was kind of fun. I think the most surprising thing coming out of that is that I got the platinum trophy for Watch Dogs 1. I mean, that's the most surprising thing out of all of those. I think I also got the platinum trophy for Watch Dogs 2, which is a significantly better game, and I will still recommend that wholeheartedly. Watch Dogs 2 is great.
Yep.
Gosh. Anyways, Stardew Valley is going great. I stream it at least 2 times a week. Usually my Monday and Friday are streaming that. You can find more at janston.com. Anyways, I've also continued to play Dragon Age The Veilguard, which I played a little bit more this week. I think the thing I'm most surprised about by this game, I think, is the format of... So, when you start the game, you go through this whole big prologue thing. There's a big battle against the bad guy. This isn't a spoiler. This has been coming since Dragon Age 2. The bad guy is Solus. And you're like fighting against Solus. He's attacking this big town. And like what happens right after that, again, first hour of the game, Solus gets trapped in like whatever your mind palace is. And he's like a reluctant advisor in the game for you. And what I thought the kind of format of the game was going to be at this point was you have your home base. It's called the Lighthouse. It's essentially this series of buildings that are kind of floating in the ether. And they're all buildings that are like clearly taken from a bunch of different areas around the world. So it's all this kind of like different mishmash of stuff. And it's like floating platforms over to a floating building and stuff like that. And each one of your companions is in one of those buildings hanging out. You go talk to them, you go like romance them, yada yada. It's the standard stuff. The thing that I thought the kind of layout of the game was going to be was the whole thing behind this game is there's a bunch of these mirrors, and you walk into a mirror from this hub area and it goes to a different area of the world. So instead of you having the kind of big overall like world map that you had in Inquisition, you have this kind of hub area with a bunch of these mirrors. I think they're called like Illuvian mirrors or something. They have a appropriately elven sort of name to them. Turns out that's not really the case. You actually have a whole other hub area that has a lot of these mirrors. It's almost like that kind of doorway area from the second Shazam movie, where there's like all these kind of doorways to elsewhere. It feels a lot like that, of like, here's this big, large circular area, and there's just a ton of these mirrors. And that seems to be this kind of larger hub area that you're kind of solving puzzles in and unlocking mirrors and taking those mirrors to go into a bunch of these different areas. It's very much like a hub and spoke sort of thing that a lot of video games do. But in a really interesting way of like the beginning of the game, when you get into that area, they're like, all right, we need to go find these 2 people that are going to know more about the whole thing we're trying to do with these elven gods we're trying to defeat. And one of them is here and one of them is here. You get to choose which one you want to go to first. And those 2 mirrors are open and the other ones are closed for story reasons. And it really seems like you're going to go through a mirror, go to an entirely different kingdom, go do a whole quest line, like a longer main story quest line for that, go back to the mirror area, and go through a different mirror and do another area from there, which is kind of interesting in kind of a different layout sort of thing, because I was just expecting them to largely copy Inquisition, which, like I said, had kind of a big world map of, you know, zones you're going to and areas you're kind of traversing. So that's a little bit interesting. I'm a little worried just at the beginning of the game that means that it's going to be a more directed experience than something like Inquisition, where Inquisition you kind of had like a big open areas where you're kind of finding NPCs and you're doing a bunch of missions in there. But like I said, I think it was last week, I am really trying to manage expectations for myself, knowing that it's not Dragon Age Origins 2. Because again, we're never getting that game, sadly. But it's also not Inquisition 2. Because as much as I loved Inquisition, I don't think we're going to get another game like that ever again. I think if we're going to get more Dragon Age games after this, which chances are probably pretty slim,
Yep.
I think these games are going to continue to get pared down to be like this one is an action RPG with a hub and spoke thing, where Inquisition was an action RPG that took place in not a big open world, but smaller, kind of larger exploration things. Reminded me a lot of Darksiders 2, where it's like it's not an open world, but you have these larger kind of exploration areas that you get to go through, or like something that maybe a pre Breath of the Wild Zelda would do. So I'm like trying to keep in mind that this isn't any of the other Dragon Age games, and try and keep that expectation sort of checked for myself. I feel like I might have kind of made the wrong decision for the very first person that I am going to go to for the kind of main quest here, because it turns out I've run into the horribly stereotypical Italian accent land that is already annoying me 15 minutes into the mission, which is kind of a bad sign. The part where I left it off was basically the like matriarch of this mafia said like, well, you all thought my son was dead, but the body they brought back was like glamored and it wasn't really my son. And everyone's like, how could you? Like, well, he was last seen in our secret underwater magic prison. It's like, what are we doing here? So we like go to the secret underwater magic prison, and the very first thing that any character says is, something seems to have taken out all the guards. Is that good for us or bad for us? And I'm like, oh my god, okay, I gotta stop playing this game right now. Like I can only take so much of this whatever overwrought thing that this game continues to be. If you're wondering, I'm still not clicking with the writing here quite so far. So I'm still trying to give it a chance, but the longer I play, the more interesting I think the combat and the skill stuff gets. But I think the more of a stark difference the writing sort of starts appearing to be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of concerning, I think. So I'm going to keep playing it. I am still having fun with the action RPG stuff. If that stuff starts becoming unfun, that's probably where I will just say, all right, I put a handful of hours into this game. It is not doing it for me. I'm dropping it. But so far, I'm having an okay time. It feels pretty solid. And that's kind of all I can ask for at this point. Okay. We only have 3 releases here, so let's move on those real quick before we say goodbye. We're not even going to take a break here. First up, releases for the week of January 19th, 2026. 2K... Sorry. Always mess up this game's title. I apologize. 2XKO. It's coming out of early access this week, coming out on PS5, Series consoles, and PC. This is the 2v2 League of Legends fighting game. The kind of like tag battle fighting game that people might have seen. It has gotten a lukewarm reception so far, I think. It hasn't necessarily made the best first impression in early access, and I think the studio that's developing it, I don't think did a good job of saying this is like actually an alpha in early access. Like this isn't like the early access and oh my gosh, it wasn't a beta, it's a full release, that thing. It's not one of those things. So
didn't Arcane also get rid of the team who were making that sick fighting game? Like, didn't they get rid of them?
Oh God, what was that
I
game?
could have sworn they bought a studio who was making a fighting game.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was, but I do think I remember something like that. So I don't know. This game looks cool. This game looks cool in the same way that like all of the like League of Legends inspired other companies, like the team that did oh my God, I always forget the name of it. The shopkeeper roguelike where you're going in the dungeon. The one
Moonlighter.
Moonlighter, thank you. The team that made Moonlighter 1 and 2 made a hack and slash League of Legends roguelike, which is supposed to be really great. Like all of those games allegedly were really great, but I feel like 2XKO really suffered from people not understanding that it was like an actual in development early access kind of alpha game. So I'm hoping that as a warmer reception now that it's coming out. I think it's still free to play in some fashion. That still seems to be the case on full release, so I'm sure it'll be one of those things of like you have a set number of characters you can play for free as and buy the full package or the other characters or whatever. So
Radiant Entertainment, who developed Rising Thunder, purchased by Riot Games.
Okay, I remember some of that. So I hope 2XKO does really well. I just, as someone who doesn't play fighting games, I want more fighting games to succeed, because we kind of have our big pillars of fighting games, and like Marvel Tokon seems like it's going to be potentially really big too, but like I want to see more, like especially competitive fighting games succeed, because I feel like we still kind of don't have enough of those, unfortunately. Next release,
and this is the Radiant Entertainment team too.
Okay. So they kind of spun off and started a new thing.
Yeah, being developed by Riot Games in the LA, Sydney, and San Francisco Bay Area studios, formerly known as Radiant Entertainment.
Okay. Well, good for them then. There's at least something kind of came of that whole thing. So, all right. I hope that does well. I think is the kind of long and short there.
I mean, it's not my genre, but like the more big people, the more big like icons you can put into those kind of genres, the better things get.
Yep.
You've seen it over the years with the FPS, like Call of Duty stagnated, and then Battlefield came along and changed things up, and then Call of Duty had to evolve. Like the more big things you have in an area, like the better everybody has to be.
Exactly. Next game here we have Mio, or MIO, Memories in Orbit. It's coming out PS5, Series consoles, Switch 2, and PC. This is an outstanding looking Metroidvania that one of my community members, Jinx, let me know about recently, that I feel like totally slipped under the radar, but an incredible looking art style, this kind of like real sketchy drawn sort of thing. And based on the trailers I've watched, looks like it's a pretty interesting looking combat system as well. So if you're looking for something to play maybe after Silksong, you're looking for something else that that looks really cool. Mio Memories in Orbit, I think looks really great. So go check out a trailer for that. I think that looks really neat. And last but certainly not least, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade comes out on series consoles and Switch 2. For anyone that doesn't remember, Intergrade is the version that comes with Final Fantasy VII Remake and the Yuffie DLC built in. So it's kind of the complete package that you would want.
The full thing.
Yeah. There should still be a demo available right now where progress copies over to the full game. So if you want to see how it runs on Switch 2 and series consoles, you can go give that a shot. I will again, because there's probably going to be a bunch of people that haven't yet played Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is really good. If you haven't played Final Fantasy VII, the original release, I would really recommend doing that before you play Remake. So
you're talking about the original 97 release.
Exactly. The new versions of it are really good because you have like speeding up battles, and you have like, you get to be invincible, you get to do like one-hit kills, you get to have a bajillion gil at all times. Like, those are really good. I think if you want to watch somebody's maybe playthrough of it on YouTube or whatever, I think that would also be really good. But without spoiling it, Final Fantasy VII Remake isn't a remake of Final Fantasy VII in the regards that you think it is. So like, a base level knowledge of Final Fantasy VII is going to help a whole lot in Remake. I think it's really great. I'm super happy that it's finally coming to Xbox platforms and Switch 2. They're also introducing something in this version and the PS5 and PC versions called Streamlined Progression. They say that it's very much like the OG Final Fantasy VII stuff I was just talking about. You can max out HP and MP, and it seems like essentially God mode. You can, every time you hit an enemy, it does 10,000 damage. You can have the maximum of every item.
Is it 10,000 or is it 9,999?
It is not. It was 4 nines. I should stick with Final Fantasy specifics.
I just want to make sure. I just want to clarify for everyone listening, 10,000 doesn't exist. That blew my mind when I first played this guy. I was like, wait, you can go above 4.9?
That's right. How many zeros do I have here? So I really like, I know a lot of Final Fantasy and JRPG purists are still kind of boo-hooing about this. I really love that more RPGs are doing this because I want more people to play RPGs. And if they say, hey, I don't like the grinding thing, I will say, I get it. That's the part I like. But if you're here for like the graphics and the story and the cutscenes and the music and all that, just sail right through those battles. Spoiler alert, both of these Final Fantasy VII remakes, a lot of the battles are really annoying. So being able to just motor right through a lot of those, that's pretty good. So I'm not going to complain about that too much. Do you think you're going to pick up Remake here, Moon? Because I know you've been excited to check it out.
Yeah, I really want to. Like, I've got probably just enough to get the just enough of my Christmas gift cards. That's the word I'm looking for.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
To essentially pick it up for free.
Great.
But I don't know, because I also know that if I'm gonna do so, it's like I'm getting ready for 100+ hours of me being me in the game.
Well, and I mean, it's a JRPG, so like the time constraint is definitely the thing that you need to keep in mind. Of like, it's not. We were talking about it during the most recent Game Club episode of like, boy, if this game would have come out, summer when I was 16, it'd be the only thing I would have played. But that's not a thing I don't get a summer anymore because I'm 44. Like that's not really, that doesn't really exist anymore. So, yeah, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts whenever you pick it up, because I feel like for you that's probably a when and not an if.
100%. But it's like also at the same time, I've got Death Stranding sitting there waiting to be played. It's my classic problem of 1900 games and not enough time to play any of them kind of situation.
And thankfully too for Remake, that goes on sale for pretty deep discounts pretty often. So like, it's not like a Nintendo game where it's like, cool, if you buy it now or buy it from 5 years, it's gonna be $70. Either way, it's like if you're not gonna play it for a while, you could probably pick it up for $30 here in a year or two. So yeah. All right.
Yep, and I just had to double check as well because I wanted to make sure, because Yakuza Kiwami is getting re-released and you'll only be able to buy it as part of the bundle soon.
Right.
So I had to make sure that I had purchased that up. The limited early edition purchase for Final Fantasy is $40.
That's a steal.
Which Ian pointed out in chat.
Thank you. Dang, that's a really good price for that game. Wow, that's a good call. Microsoft's doing a similar thing for Avowed when it comes out on PS5. That's going to be $50. That's a good, like, let's be honest, that's how much that stuff should cost if it's a couple of years old. And I know people are going to be like, well, it's not a couple of years old, it's brand new. Nope, wrong. It's a Final Fantasy VII is like 5 years old by this point, like Remake, like that should be $40. You want to go lower than that? That'd be great too. But I get it. Whatever.
So, you want to know what's even better about this? About this bundle that they're giving away?
Mm-hmm.
So, included in this bundle for $40 for the early edition purchase is Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, interesting.
And Final Fantasy VII, the Windows Edition.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's really interesting. That's kind
of... they're $16 a piece, by the way.
Wow, you're getting a lot. I also think that's really cool of like, hey man, here's Final Fantasy VII Remake and also the original. If you want to go play the original, you already own it. You got it. We just gave it to you for free. That's clever. Man.
And it's Xbox Play Anywhere, too.
Right. Stop drilling. You hit oil. Like. Oh man. All right. Well, that's our episode for this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page. Please don't forget to join our Discord server, discord.tvgp.tv. We have the best community on the internet. We also have probably the most food-motivated community on the internet, which makes sense. That's us too. So I'm not throwing stones in glass houses here. And don't forget our Patreon page, patreon.com/E1M1 or E1M1.cash.
Those ones are the numbers.
The $5 a month tier is the recommended one. Is Moon showing me that he has just purchased the Final Fantasy VII
Yeah,
bundle?
You can't really see it because of the text, but it says owned right underneath right here.
You heard it here live. Moon picked it up. $5 a month is a recommended tier over on the Patreon. That gets you everything, anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. If you can't support us financially, please like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube videos. Follow us on Twitch. We stream on YouTube and Twitch every Sunday when we do this show. Anything that hits a public feed has a video version to it as well, including the Game Club episode that's being released alongside this as well. And We Roguelike It, Critical Misses, Pup RPG Love, everything gets over there. And please, if you're able to, rate us positively on your podcatcher of choice. That really, really, really does help. If you have a negative review, keep that to yourself. Send me an angry email, tvgpfans@gmail.com. If you really just need to get it out, or just be like
at
every
me on Blue Sky. I will happily take those insults because if you listen to our pre-show, you can't take me down.
That's right. Or be like every Reddit commenter and just crap talk us on Reddit like usual. So You're free to do that too. All right, I think that's everything for this week. So thank you very much, everyone, again for listening. We do greatly appreciate it, and I hope we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Moon, what are your titles?
So Many Teeth, Edutainment, Monetization Fest, Over the Hump, BBPFP, Full Sicko Mode, 9,999, and You Have a Family, which was one of the ones that Ian suggested in chat.
I have Meeting Targets, Game Full of Teeth, Full Sicko Mood, So Many Teeth, BBPFP, and 9,999. Full Sicko Mode showed up on both of our lists, so I think that's probably on the short list here. I don't think
so did 9,999.
I don't think we've let me just search for TVGP Sicko. No, I don't want the movie Sicko by Michael Moore. Thanks. Does not appear we have done a Sicko-related title, so that can still be in the running. Is there one that you're leaning towards more than the other?
I'm honestly torn between Full Sicko Mode and 9,999.
Me too.
Especially having just played like Legacy of Kain, like
right.
Bringing my headspace back to that time frame, like 9,999 just has that little tickle in my head where it's just like, yeah, I remember the first time I did that in an RPG.
Let's do that one. I feel like that's probably the one that speaks to our retro soul here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll circle it.
Okay, and I'm ready.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 952 for January 19th, 20... Not, the year isn't 26. 26 BC. Sorry, it's CE now. My apologies.
Common Era?
Yeah, BCE and CE. That way it's not like before Christ and after Christ, which I like better. Take 2. Starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 952 for January 19th, 2026. 9,999.
I will not make the joke. I will not make the joke. I will not make the joke.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Greatly appreciate it. I hope